Yo, what's up? It's your boy Julian, back with another video. This is going to be a tutorial on how to make metal music with FL Studio. All you really need to be is a guitar player. They're the best part of the band anyways, so you can replace everybody else with plugins, except for the singer, but he doesn't show up to begin with. So anyways, let's go to this. It's like I said, stock except for that plugin that I need for sound to go through. So this starts off with a sampler. We can replace this with FPC. FPC is a drum pad thingy, whatever it's called, and they have a bunch of presets, but I have my own presets with my own samples. 2 fingers means I can play it on the keyboard with 2 fingers. Hope you can hear that. So yeah, I have 2 samples or 2 pads for the kick and snare, and they're on 2 different keys on the MIDI pad, MIDI controller. So you can do drums like that. You can record audio. If you right click on that record button, you can record either audio or notes. Audio basically for like the guitar input, and the notes is just gonna hit the piano roll notes, which will be like this. Before I ever had a MIDI controller, this is how I did drums. I still do drums like this most of the time. But yeah, so there's a kick snare. So before I didn't have that, so sometimes I double kick in the snare. When it comes to piano rolling it, you don't need the extra kick in the snare. This is basically just for the keyboard. So anyways, yeah, so you have your kick, your snare, and all your cymbals. Make a quick, easy beat real quick, and then you hit play. Up here you can roll the middle part of your mouse to make it a little bit smaller. You can make a more intricate and longer beats, but we're just going to stick with making metal with FL Studio. So basically what I'm saying is we're going to make a template for metal. So we go here and we can simplify this by renaming it drums. So now we'll go to insert 6. We are going to rename it drums, and we're going to take this to 6. So now that we've done that, you can watch the beat. Now they're all separated into different tracks, and that's because when I set these drums up, I forget what it's called. It is the multi-audio outputs. So that means kicks that I have set up are on output 1. Snares that I have set up are output 2. By the way, the snares sound a lot more realistic than any programmed drums, is because I stack samples, and that means every snare hit is a different wave file, different snare hit, recorded snare hit from the same snare. But if you do that, that means you get a different dynamic in every single hit. So that means you can actually make it like it sounds more realistic than like a fake drum set, like fake drums, whatever. So they're all real high quality wave file snares. The metal kick drum, free. That's the best kind of good. But yeah, so I have the hi-hats on output 3. Actually, I didn't put that one on 3. I I have my 808 hi-hat in there. That's just kind of give a count off. Whatever, something. That's all I use that for. Sub, boom, blow your eardrums out. Low toms, these are on the same track. High toms, percussion is going to be on the same track too. Then I have crash, flash will be on one, and then ride will be on another. So what we'll do is we'll name them all right now, and we can right click, rename. That one's the kick. Right click, rename. That one is the snare, and so on. And yeah, most of these have names for them, except for not all of them. Like the toms does not. So what I'll do is I'll kind of high pass, then rename. Hi, Tom. Rename. We have low pass. Rename. Low tom. And then the last but not least is, oh, I forgot. Sub. Did forget one, but we could fix that. I'll show you how to do that too. Submix. Boom. So I forgot the ride symbol. So, and they all have to be in the correct order from the way I set it up from FPC. So we can add the ride here. Where are you at? I know I have one. There you are. Take this, and I have to move it in between the crash and the high tom. So I'll take that. I'll hold down the Alt key and then take the direction arrow to the left. Boom. And there you go. And to test to make sure everything is in order, I like to hit, make a little beat with everything on it. So we got ride and crash. All right, so we have everything set up, except now we need to route these to the drum track. So we're gonna highlight drums. Actually, sorry, we're gonna highlight one of these at a time. And we're going to go over here to this arrow, right click, and then go to route to this track only. We're going to do that with all of these. Alright, so now they're all routed to the drums, right? Like I said in the beginning of the video, I am stupid. So sometimes I would actually route it to the wrong track and be like, what the heck's... And I'd realize it. Alright, but that one's good. So now you can adjust individual and as a whole. You got yourself some metal drums right there. If you don't believe me, then let's write a metal drum beat real quick. Boom. Nothing but crap. Another thing is I'm going a little too quick. Like I said, we could zoom out. If we're in this bar up here, you roll your down and you zoom out. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm in a small little part of this beat. Let me get the heck out of there and open her up. drums done. All right. Next is going to be the bass guitar. Whoops. Wrong. We're going to set up a bass track here, and we are going to go to our channel rack. Actually, we're going to go to add, and we're going to look for contact 7. Oh yeah. So I have 2 different kinds of bass plugins right now. The Djinn bass, which is pronounced Jin bass. We're going to use that. They just came out with a new version of this one a couple days ago, and I heard it's really good. But it's like a poor man's tutorial, because my computer is not the greatest, pretty old, and basically just purchased Fruity Loops, FL Studio, the Djinn bass plugin, and the guitar amp plugin, and that's it. And they're all on sale right now, and I won't even get paid for saying that. But all 3 of those are on sale for Black Friday consumer bullshit. Yep, that's going to take a while. It's got a lot of loading to do. All right. Boom, there we are. So yeah, this thing has a couple different settings. Like this is the DIN, and it's got the one setting and then the super setting. High gain, low gain, wide DI, wide high gain. Yeah, this thing sounds cool too. So I'll leave it at just a regular gain. And we'll switch it. So yeah. So where we at? That's my low A. That's what my guitar is tuned to right now. So we take that and we bring it to track 5. Bring that to track 5, and we can also rename this bass. Keep everything nice and simple, because I'm stupid. Remember I said that earlier. So now you got your bass and drums ready to go. Bass done. All right, so these 4 tracks I usually save for guitar, because like I said, the guitar player in the band is the most important player, the smartest player, the most good looking player. I mean, it's there's no comparison. They're just the best. So yeah, we'll set them up like this. And, you know, since we're doing a tutorial, we'll just get rid of these for now. But I usually save a lot of space for my guitar tracks, because it's not only are the guitar players the best people, the best thing ever in the band, it's also the most important instrument in the universe. So the more tracks you have, the better. And all right, so we have our guitar tracks. All right, and I'm just going to do one guitar track for this tutorial. So we're going to rename one of these Guitar Mix. Actually, you know what? Don't listen to me. Let's do 2 guitar tracks. That's what we're here for, right? So we'll rename it 2. And then we'll drag it back over here. And you know, if you change your mind, you can always drag it back and forth. Who cares? I'm indecisive. So we're going to do like we did with the drums, with the guitar tracks. So, and I'm a stickler for labeling. We'll go down here to the guitar mix, and we're going to route guitar 1 to it, and we're going to route guitar 2 to it as well. That way, after we're done recording our guitar tracks, we throw them in 1 and 2, and they can both be mixed individually here and together over here. So we're going to go to this over here. I'm going to rename this one Input. Input for our guitar input. So once we have that, we are going to go over here. We are going to click Input 2. We're going to click this yellow thing and go to Post Track. That means you will hear everything through your headphones after the mix. And then over here, we're going to go to this slot, and we are going to look for my Soldano SL100. And boom, this is my guitar amp. I have a couple of settings I've been tweaking with, like Bruce gain. Yes. And since I'm recording through OBS, I have my input turned down, so I could turn this up a little bit. Not too much, because then you'll get a weird buzz in the background, or weird like hiss. So most people will be ready to go. I have this chorus pedal plugin that I got for free online, I believe. And then boom. Widens out the guitar a little bit to where you really don't need 2 tracks, but I'm going to do 2 tracks anyways. So there you go. So now your input is set up. It's probably a little loud, but whatever. We're going to leave it. So what was that pattern we were... Alright, so here's a cool thing about being in a DAW. So you want to play it, we're going to play that riff twice, and in order to play the riff, or record the riff, we're going to have this armed, which is already armed, which is good. We're going to go up here, we're going to make sure audio is selected, not notes. We don't need notes right now, so we're not going to press anything on the keyboard, so it shouldn't matter anyways, but just keep it off to keep it off. We're going to go to song. Metronome on. Practice a little bit. Alright, so I have it 2 times for a reason. So, I'll show you why. So, boom. I always record it a little off the front, so in case it's a little clipped. Alright, so the reason I recorded it twice is you can take this one, drag it over here, and take this one, click on it, and then right here, and you can click on this one again and drag it over here. Now you got your 2 guitar tracks from one thing, and what you would do is right click on this, consolidate. Actually, you know what? Before you do that, I was telling you, I want to clip these. So you'll do that, and then you'll do this. Consolidate. From song start means it's from the start, so it'll get all the empty space here. Not that we need it. You can cut it. Better to cut it than need it and not have it. Alright, so now that is this, so we don't need this anymore. And we can delete this too. And don't know why Fruity Loops does all this extra stuff, but so now we're going to do it to the other track. I think that makes a lot of noise from your guys' end. So again, we're going to delete that since that was what that was. Now we can delete the original one from here, which is the first recording we did. Now we have these, which we can rename Guitar 1, Guitar 2. We can also rename these Guitar 1 and Guitar 2. This will be the drums. Technically the drums and bass is on there, but good enough. So now that we have Guitar 1 and 2, we're going to bring it to the tracks 1 and 2, which is happen to be 1 and 2. They're not always 1 and 2 if you don't put them first. So now you have everything in the mix. Click on the drum. So you want to bring them down. So get rid of that. We can take our slicer, slice this off. Yo, a quick little ad here is once you do consolidate these down, you're going to want to zoom in and clip these before you duplicate them. Otherwise, they're going to get out of whack. Oops, and not like that. I don't know why Fruity Loops don't let you just draw a straight line. Boom, like that. And you get rid of these. And then you can highlight and duplicate. If you don't do that first, they're going to get out of whack and they're not going to land on the grid. Then our highlighter, and then Control B to copy. There you go. That's how you make metal in FL Studio. You can even play along to it. Usually, the image is loud. Now, one last thing. The mastering. I mean, it sounds good and all, but is it radio quality ready? Not yet. What you need is Maximus. This is like a mastering compressor, and they have a bunch of different settings that work really well. Apparently the Sound Goodizer is from it, and that's a mastering compressor we all used back in the day, but I made my own new master, and I'm gonna start it with it off and turn it on while we're jamming, and you're gonna see the difference. Ready for this? There you have it. Making metal with FL Studio. Right there. That's your tutorial.